Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to Metroid Prime. Don't mind me if I actually start walking fast here, because it's very cold in here. Welcome to Phendrana Drifts yet again, the ice area of this world we are on, Tallon IV. Last time we actually picked up another item here. That's the reason why the episode stopped last time. Thought it was a good point to stop. And that item we're immediately going to use in order to get out of this room, because as you can see, it is way too high up. The boost ball, and that's indeed the item that we picked up, can not only be used in order to speed up our morph ball, we can also use it to actually climb half pipes like these. If we actually boost on these hills, we can propel ourselves upwards. Remember that trick. And that is something we're also immediately going to use in a very early part of this game. We're going to be backtracking a very big part in order to find ourselves a half pipe area that we've seen very early on. But before we do, we're first going to enter this middle platform and scan a bit of Chozo lore. Many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that the time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we have contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. We believe that on some far-off day, a savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the entrusted one. The only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. I'm pretty sure they're actually talking about us here. We are the entrusted one. Yeah, the Chozo knew at some day they were going to be gone, but somebody else will actually come in order to try to save this poor world of Tallon IV. And that is going to be us. The only legacy of the Chozo, Samus Aran, Space Warrior. With the ability to actually use the Chozo's technology. So that's the reason why all of these weapons are lying around here. But before we can actually continue in this place, because it is of course tempting to continue here in the Phendrana Drifts, but for that we actually need something else. And for that we need to backtrack a very big part in this game, all the way back to the very first area, the Tallon Overworld. Because if you've actually been paying close attention there, you might have noticed there's also a half pipe there. And for right now, pretty much the only one we have seen. So that is indeed where we need to go in order to try to continue in this game. And pick up that weapon that we actually need in order to continue over here. While trying to leave, we will actually enter a cutscene. Where we will see a very familiar shadow. Here is our dragon friend, Ridley. He is still hanging around here, it looks like. At least we know we're not here for nothing. But before we can continue in this particular area, we first need to return to the Tallon Overworld. So, allow me to actually cut this episode until we return to the monitor station in Magmoor Caverns, where I can try to actually take a shortcut back towards Tallon Overworld. We should know how to get there. Right, I think this is as good time as any to return to the commentary. We are back in the monitor station in Magmoor Caverns. Remember this little tunnel over here, where we actually picked up a missile expansion quickly. Even though the continuation of this area requires a spider ball in order to fully complete it, we can at least try to reach the elevator that is here. Ouch! Stupid flames. But like I was trying to say, there's actually an elevator here that leads back towards the Tallon Overworld. A bit of a shortcut to go back towards the beginning of the game, you might say. And I think that's going to be the fastest way to return all the way to the beginning of the game. So this is the route I'm going to take. We can of course also go back the way we came in, through the northern entrance into the Magmoor Caves, back towards Chozo Ruins, and take that one back all the way to the Tallon Overworld, but trust me if I say this is going to be faster. Come on, hurry up. Oh yeah, one more tunnel. Almost forgot about this one. Let's ignore you, Mr. Snake. Fire-breathing snake, because why not? Alright, here we are. Going on even further is not going to be an option, like I explained last time. But halfway through this corridor we can actually find ourselves an elevator leading towards Tallon Overworld West. So let's go take it in order to return to the surface quickly. Our business continues all the way back at the beginning of the game. Let's play wise, we're talking about part 2. But of course this is going to be a new area of the Tallon Overworld, one we have not been to yet, as you can see on the map. No surrounding rooms we have, but of course if we zoom out we can see the rooms we have visited. They're going to be over there somewhere. So let's go see if we can actually reach that area. First things first, this first corridor into the Tallon Overworld itself will actually already have a missile expansion for us. Below this little bridge over here. Don't forget about that one. And now let's continue into the root cave. This is going to be a room we're going to see a lot during this game, so be prepared. We'll be passing through here a lot. A lot of times it's going to be just for backtracking. There's also going to be a couple of items to get over here. For now, it is indeed just the first one, backtracking. We're just passing through for now. But it is a rather large room, so it might actually take a while before we get through here. Not able to see very well, it's really dark in here. And the sunlight that's actually shining through my window is also not really helping. Oh, there we go. No! Ah! Stupid sunlight. Yeah, unfortunately you guys are not going to be able to see it, but I'm recording this on the day I'd better actually not record this. Or I should actually close my curtains or my blinders, that would also help. Yeah, I can't see a damn thing in here. I'm pretty sure on the video it looks really strange that I'm falling off all of these easy jumps, but I really cannot see where I'm going. Is there a platform over here? It looks like it. And there's one over here. And now I jumped too late. What the hell am I doing? Failure commencing right now. For that last one I cannot even blame the lighting because I just missed the jump. And yeah, there we go. See, I can do it. You are a new enemy, so let's go scan you. Some sort of poisonous plant that's going to try to shoot us with toxic spores. Something it did successfully. The funniest way to kill this guy is to try to knock their toxic back into it. Which will actually also kill it. You're asking for it, sir. Well, anyway, as you can see on the map, this way we return to one of the earlier rooms we have actually seen before. We are now back in familiar territory, on the higher ledges of one of the first rooms in the game. And that is actually where this connects. And this is also where we need to be in order to continue our adventure. Because everybody who has been paying close attention was indeed correct. This is the room where we need to be. Because as you can see, this is indeed going to be a half pipe. And with our boost ball we can actually climb it. Because as you can see, there's stuff up here. So try to boost in the middle. And every time you do, you will get a little bit higher on this half pipe. Until we are able to reach the top. And this way we can go in this little tunnel over here. Need to blow it up first. Like this. And make our way back towards the room where our ship actually landed. The very first room in the Tallon Overworld. The moment we were there, you might have noticed there's a lot of doors in that room. A couple of them on higher ledges, and now we are on one of them. Here is our ship. Make sure not to fall, because otherwise we need to go back to the half pipe. Like this. And go into a little cache room, where the next new upgrade is waiting for us. A very, very valuable one. Samus will actually gain something on her feet. And this is the space jump boots. For this game, A new item that we did not have yet. While jumping, we can actually press the B button again for a double jump. After playing enough Metroids, we know how the space jump works. We no longer have a single jump, we can now press B again in mid-air to jump even higher or even further, because we can of course also use it in order to extend our jumps, making a lot of new areas accessible to us, including in the Phendrana drifts, the area that we just left. But first we needed this, of course. With our new ability to jump higher, we can immediately also check out this other room over here. Go check it out. This actually might be important after all. It's not a corridor in the first room for nothing. Oh. Oh, that looks scary. What the hell are you? New type of enemy that I can only scan once I'm in the room. Seedling. Plant-based ground feeder. And it also has learned a way to defend itself, it looks like. Allow me still to kill you. Where does this lead? Oh, cutscene. Impact crater. Is this the area where the meteor actually crashed into the world? This actually sounds very interesting. Let's scan this lore. Pirate data lore. Let's see what you have. Field team reports are in on an aged structure of alien design, built on the surface of Tallon IV. Studies show this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within the deep crater. Science team believes that the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo Artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Tallon IV, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo Artifacts, it will be done. Yeah, remember the lore that we actually read about the Great Poison, how the Chozo tried to contain that by building a temple and using artifacts in order to contain that poison. I think this actually might be that temple. It's actually very interesting to check that out. This must be it then. It looks like the Chozo also has something to say about that. Chozo lore. The containment of the Great Poison. This task has fallen to the Chozo. And we will not flee from our duty. Even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12. The artifacts which form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it. To preserve the power of the seal and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put right. This is indeed the area where the evil was contained. But it also sounds like all of the artifacts were actually spread across the entire world in order to make sure that this containment field actually stays put. In order to open this place up and be able to free this world from its evil, we first need to find the 12 artifacts which are spread across the world. One of them is going to be here in this little temple itself, but only one of them. It will be our first Chozo artifact. And this is the Artifact of Truth, the first of 12. Scan the totems here for clues on the locations of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crater. 12 we need to find. And the game will make it a bit easier for us, because we can actually scan the other totems here in order to get some hints. After collecting this first one, they will become active. I will simply scan them for my logbook. I will not actually go into detail on what they say, since I'm going across this world anyway, collecting all of the items. The artifacts are going to be a part of that. Most of the rooms we have not even seen yet, so they're also going to be in areas we have not even met yet. But this is basically how they work. The moment you scan them, they will actually give some sort of hint, in this case a tower. We'll talk about Phendrana and a tower. So we can remember to actually look out for a tower somewhere in Phendrana Drifts, basically. And that is pretty much how this works. Let's get them all in my logbook. And I will mention them the moment we actually come near them. And I will also pick them up if I have the chance. And was that it? Yeah, I think it was. So, this is the Chozo Artifact Temple. Situated at the impact crater. The very place where the meteor crashed into this world. But before we can actually do anything here, we need all of the artifacts. Until then, this place is closed off, even for us. Let's go read the final bit of story. And we can actually move on with our adventure. Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange though. At times it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into a figure of a woman. Burning brightly. The luminescence descends from space and then retreats back into the infinite blackness from which it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end. Once again, they're talking about us. We are a woman after all, so even these guys actually knew we were going to be one to save them. Even though they are going to be long gone. But our mission here on this planet becomes more clear and clear. We need to save this world from that great poison. Only we, as Samus Aran, can actually do it. And the pirates also seem to be here for the same reason. Not per se to purify this world of the poison, but actually try to contain it somehow, harness it, use it as a weapon. And that is of course not going to be a good thing. Also for that reason, this needs to be stopped. This needs to come to an end. But first we need to pick up missile expansion right over here. Something we could have seen earlier, but since we did not have the morph ball all the way back in the beginning, we can only pick it up now. And I'm stuck in Tangleweed. Nice. But that's not going to be a problem. Yeah, next up is going to return to Phendrana Drift, of course. Since we are now in possession of the item we needed in order to continue in that area. And that is indeed where we're heading back to. We just needed to get all the way back to the Tallon Overworld, all the way back to our ship, to pick up the space jump boots. Next, everything continues in Phendrana Drifts again. So, let's go use the same route in order to get back to where we actually came from. Our newly discovered little shortcut through the Magmoor Caverns, back into Phendrana Drifts. Go away. You're toxic and I don't like that. Ouch. Well, going down. At least this time I want to fall. Yeah, let's go cut this episode. And I will see you guys back at the shorelines where we actually left off last time. When we saw Ridley flying around. Ow. Ow, ow. No. Oh, this proves my patience in games like these. Oh, wait. I remember something. Approaching this. See this platform over here? Now that we have the double jump, we can actually get up here. And getting up here is indeed something we want to do, because there is something we can pick up now. There's also a new type of switch over here. First allow me to heal up. This thing over here, so remember to scan it. This is going to be a boost ball switch. A spinner device, it is officially called. Basically, in practice, this is actually boost ball switch. In this case, in order to open up the bridge, we go in here, use the boost ball, and that will actually activate something like that. Let's first actually pick up this item. Yeah, now that I think about it, there's actually going to be a second item we can also pick up here. But that one is not going to be accessible yet, so we're going to return to this room later. But one thing we can actually pick up, there is an artifact in this room. Held by a good old Chozo statue. Here is our second Chozo artifact already. The Artifact of Strength. Found in the Magmoor Caverns. By climbing the monitor station. Yeah, like I said, this is not going to be everything in this room. But for that we need to return later. I think I'll actually cut the episode here. And return in the next episode at the shorelines. So we can immediately continue with the story. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you folks next time. Treecks out.